So this is what the nails turned out. I love them. I hope that you do as well. So if you're interested in watching how I created this set, stay tuned and watch till the end. Thank you so much for clicking onto this video. Hello, my beautiful besties. This is your girl Nelly. If you're part of my nail crew, welcome back. And if you're not, consider subscribing right now and become part of my amazing nail crew. So these are the tips that I chose. I'm going to be doing duck nails, and it's not very common for me to do this. I am not 100% a fan. However, I will do that. I had already applied my peel-off method. As you can see, I already have product on my nails. So I use a peel-off method. Now I'm going to glow in my tips, and I do that by using base coat. And I'm going to show you how I do that. All I do really is I grab the tips and I put a little drop of base coat right there where the tip should be glued. And then I turn on my lamp. I place it before I put it under the lamp. I freeze it for about 10 seconds and I make sure that it's not moving. So once I do that, this is how the nail looks. And I do that for all of my nails. And this is a really a routine that I do, and this is how I do it. By the end of each set, if I want to remove it, I remove them very easily. So I have the link in my description box of the peel-off method that I use. After curing for 60 seconds, this is what the nails are looking like. But look at what happened, bestie. So as I was putting my hand inside the lamp, I hit this nail, so you can see that it's lifting. I'm not going to think about it too much. I'm not going to re-glue it. All I'm going to do is I'm going to put a layer of clear acrylic. Now, if you were to do, whether you do the peel-off method or whether you're doing this on your natural nails, because of the colors that I'm using, I will still recommend that you do this step in case you want to file down the entire product. That way you can go down to your clear layer. And it helps it adhere even better. So if this is a set that you want to do on your natural nails, just make sure to do your prep. I'm only showing you this because, I want to be completely transparent with you. And I want to show you exactly what I do and when I do it. So as you can see, all I'm doing is applying a very thin layer of clear acrylic. And this is to make sure that if I hit a nail again, like it happened earlier, that they won't come off as easily. Because the peel-off base coat that I use is great. However, I have to reinforce it. So because we are all sometimes a little bit clumsy. It's okay to hit a nail. You can re-glue it if you want. I didn't want to go through that step. So all I did was and I do this very regularly. If you watch my lives, this is something that I had already done before I go live, because I want to go straight to the, acrylic application. In this video, you're going to hear me talk a lot because I want to explain everything in detail. Another thing is I probably won't add music again because of monetization situations. So I'm going to use Mystic Acrylics, and this one is Mystical Sky. I think that was the name. It's a beautiful black acrylic with holographic glitters in it, and it's absolutely beautiful. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place it. I do apologize that I'm not completely in frame here. I was just trying to make sure that I apply the acrylic properly. Now when you're doing duck nails, it's very, very important that you make sure that that product is concentrated in the center of your nails, because filing these tips, it's kind of it's a learning curve, you know what I'm saying? And because they're slightly curved. And, we're so used, at least I am, I'm very used to filing a certain way when I do my nails, because I tend to use a lot of straight tips. So when you get used to filing straight tips, it's really easy to file. However, it's not that it's difficult to file duck nails, but it is, they have a slight curve, as you can see. And the only reason I did this is called the half moon, I believe, shape, and that's why you see that curve on the tip. That's the only way I would actually, like duck nails. I'm not even gonna lie, bestie. But however, there's a lot of people out there that do like this shape, and that's the reason why I wanted to give it a try. I've had these tips for over a year. I only used them once. I didn't use them again, and I was like, well, let me just try it again and see what happens. So when I'm applying the acrylic, what I do is I make sure that the acrylic is reaching both side walls. Once I do that, I start to blend it downwards. At this point, I am not concentrating on apex or on building the product at all, because I want to encapsulate, and with that clear acrylic, that clear cap at the end, after I finish applying all the acrylic, that's when I go in and make sure that I have the proper apex. Now, if you look very closely for my cuticle bead application, I don't put it right very close to the cuticle. I just place it a little bit further down, and then I start to push the product up. I make sure that it's reaching both side walls, and then I blend it downward. So this is what the nail looks like at the moment. I'm going to repeat the process so that you can see. This I am doing because it might be helpful for those who are brand new to acrylic. Once again, I'm going to place a bead, and it has chunky glitter, so I have to make sure that they're laying flat. That was one of the first things that I was trying to do, and one of the first things I was trying to accomplish. And then, it's kind of hard to get to those two tips at the end. So I kind of struggle with that a little bit, but I mean, there's a struggle in every set, and I'm just trying to be very, transparent with you, besties. So if you have any questions, please do let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear your opinion on this set. And if you have any questions and I'm able to answer them, then I will answer them. And if I can't, I will definitely point you in the right direction. So once again, I had already applied, and as you can see, it didn't really quite reach that tip, that pointy side of the free edge. So I applied just a little bit of acrylic to make sure that, it was covered. That's all I'm trying to do, reach coverage. Once it's, it reached both side walls, that's when I start to blend in the acrylic. I'm not looking for any bumps, lumps. I'm not trying to build the nail with this acrylic. All I want to do is get the perfect coverage. This is a very beautiful acrylic. If you are interested, I will leave the link. As you can see, look at very closely where I'm placing that bead, and then you're going to see me pushing it up against my cuticle, making sure it reaches the cuticle without flooding it. And then once it reaches both side walls, that's when I go and blend it downwards. That's how you get a good coverage, and it's not very messy. Yes, you might come across like right now that I had to clean that, but hey, my acrylic application, in my opinion, has gotten better and better and better. So if you're new to acrylic, I would want to encourage you to use a peel off method, and that way you can pop off your nails easily. There's different methods. The next color that I'm going to use is from Dynamic. This color is gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I thought it would be perfect for this set. Now, I do have to say, Dynamic acrylics, their acrylics have different consistencies. I've noticed that. So it's kind of a learning curve. But if you find that it's a little bit too runny, just point your nail downwards and let gravity do the work for you. Just make sure that you're cleaning your side walls well, so that the nail doesn't look bulky on the sides. That's why you see me constantly going back to those side walls, making sure that I'm concentrating that acrylic towards the center of the nail. And the good thing about Dynamics acrylics is the fact that you have time to work with it. For example, I place these this bead right here, right? I left it alone because I saw that it was still running on the free edge. So I went down there to fix it, and I didn't have any problems. As you can see, it was still workable. So again, I am not concentrating on building the nail with this color either. So this is another reason. This is a very pigmented color, and this is another reason why I decided to apply that layer of clear acrylic. So if you were to do this on your natural nails, please do a layer of clear acrylic before you go in with any glitter or any very pigmented acrylic. I do also want to apologize for the time where my phone was not focusing. I am recording again, so I'm trying to get used to being in frame and all of that. These are things that I typically show on a live, but I wanted to leave it here so that you can see that not everything is perfect when it comes to doing nails. Now I'm going to repeat the same process on the thumbnail. And this is where I noticed that the acrylic was a little bit runny. Once I placed the bead, and I didn't really clean the brush to remove the excess. So you can notice that the bead is a little bit runny. As you saw, I pointed it down to help, to allow gravity to help me pull that product down. That's a very normal thing to do, and it's okay. It actually helps you out a lot, and it definitely did help me out a lot. So when you're working with tips like this or any other tips, it doesn't really necessarily have to be, duck tips. I'm only, focusing on mentioning the duck tips because they have a kind of a learning curve when it comes to filing, and you're going to see that when it comes to the filing process. Once again, I make sure that the acrylic reaches both side walls, and then that's when I start to blend the product downwards. Again, like I said before, this is a very workable, very beginner-friendly acrylic. They're very affordable. There's also a link to Dynamics Acrylics if you're not familiar with them in my description box. Go check it out. I just hope that you guys enjoy this sort of tutorial. Again, look at where I place the bead. It's not very close to the cuticle area. That's when I start to push it upwards to make sure that it reaches my cuticle area and both side walls, and then that's when I start to blend it downwards. Once again, I am not focusing on building it up. I think I show you a side view of what it looks like. I just want to make sure that I have full coverage and that I don't have any patches, um, in the acrylic. So now it's time to encapsulate the nails. So encapsulate the nails, I did use the Melody Susie clear. I love this clear. It's very, very great. You're going to see it after I file it, how clear it looks and how beautiful these glitters look. This is another acrylic that is very beginner friendly. As you can see, I placed that bead all the way up there, and I'm going to show you on a different nail as well how far up you can apply it and it's still workable. So it wasn't very hot in my apartment because, as you guys know, depending on the weather or the temperature in your room where you're working with these acrylic, that's how the acrylic will react. So if it's too warm, the acrylic is going to start setting a lot faster, and it all depends also on the brand. However, I do consider that Melody Susie is clear. It is beginner friendly because it allows you to work with it. Once again, pay attention to what I'm doing here. I am just pushing that clear up to my cuticles, and then I make sure it's reaching both side walls, and that's when I start to blend it down, and that's how I create my apex. And as I'm blending it downwards, I'm making sure that there's really not many bumps, because again, the better your application, the less filing you have to do. I do have to admit that this set was very easy to file. My application has gotten a lot better. As you can see here, you're going to notice that it looks a little bit lumpy, which I didn't have a problem with because I was going to fix it with the clear. So for the clear, I did place that bead a little bit higher just so that I didn't have to waste too much acrylic. So I was able to pull that acrylic all the way down to the free edge. And that's really amazing because sometimes there's certain acrylics that when you do this, even before you reach that the free edge of your nail, it's already, setting. So you have to work rather fast. That's why I'm saying it's very beginner friendly, this clear acrylic that I'm talking about. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm sorry that I'm talking your ear off. I'm just trying to make sure that if you have any questions, I can answer them right away. And I'm trying to explain everything to the best of my abilities. Like I said, if you have any questions, please let me know. The bead that I'm placing right now is not too big. The point of that is just to cover the glitter. I don't want to make that area too bulky because, I mean, if you make it too bulky, just remember that you're going to have to file that off. So it'll be a waste of product, and we're not here to waste any product. As you can see, I'm giving you a side look, and this is what the nails look like after the acrylic application. As you can see, that one is still wet, so I had to wait for it to dry and then file it off. I am going to show you just one nail. So again, pay attention to the way I'm filing. I am filing straight, but I have the file not necessarily straight because it's, it has a slight curve. So when it came to that curve, what I did was after I file the surface of the nail, I do majority of my filing with the hand file. Why? Because it makes me feel more in control. I know that when I'm filing with the hand file, I'm not going to have any bumps. I make sure that I'm filing in the right directions. As you can see, if you look very closely, I'm constantly moving my finger because I want to make sure that the nails don't come out too bulky on like the cuticle area or the rest of the nail. So I'm trying to get the best shape that I can. And you can definitely reach that with a hand file. Now, when it comes to the cuticle area, I do like to use my drill. I am using a fine safety bit. And as you can see, look at what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to shape that slight curve that these tips have. So that is the kind of a learning curve when it comes to using duck nails. And since I'm not very familiar with them, it was not hard. It was very actually interesting because you learn something new every day. And I'm glad that I decided to do this set because it allowed me to kind of work on my shaping in a different way. So I am using the Melody Susie drill. This drill is absolutely amazing. You barely feel the vibration on it. It's not very loud. I had already did a unboxing on one of my lives. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, turn on your post notifications so that you don't miss out on any of my videos. I also did a video unboxing the dust collector because, as many of you know, I didn't have a dust collector. So I have to say that I am very glad and very grateful that Melody Susie sent out this dust collector because it was a huge difference. Very huge difference. I didn't have the mess that I used to have. So when I am buffing the nails, as you can see, I go all over the nail, including the cuticle area. That's very important to me. So after I finish filing, this is what the nails are looking like so far. I am just cleaning off the dust, and look at how beautiful these nails look like. I love them. I have to say, I love the combination of these two colors. I am going to be doing a lot of dark sets. So this is the part where it's bling time and I'm doing the go bestie, go bestie, go bestie dance because I get really excited when it comes to bling. Bling is my thing. It's something that I love to do. And if you have watched my videos before, you're going to notice that in all my videos, my lives. So right now I'm using the LGNPRO gel or rhinestone gel. I love this stuff. Like, it's non-wipe, so all you have to do really is place that gel and then you place your gems or rhinestones or whatever charm you want, cure it, and you're all set. Now, With this nail, you're going to see that I add a different type of gel because of the charm that I was using. So I wanted to use the spider charms that I've recently purchased. I did a haul not too long ago. By the time this video is up, you're going to clearly see when I purchased it and where I purchased it from. If you're interested, you can go back and check out that video. And I don't believe I added any links. However, if you need any links, ask me in the description box. In the comments, and I will find the link for you. It makes it much easier rather than adding all these links. People sometimes don't even look at the links that I put. So I'm using a thicker gel. And I placed it before curing anything. I placed a little bit of it, and then I go in and I place my spider. Doesn't she look beautiful? I love her. I love it. I am so in love with this charm. And that was the point of this set. Actually, it was just something that I really wanted to do this set. And I love the spikes. I love how this set turned out. With this nail, what I was trying to do was a blinged out Frenchie. But pay close attention at how shiny with that gel, and look at the glitters in this acrylic. I mean, that is beautiful. So if you're interested, again, that acrylic is from Mystic Acrylics, and I will definitely have that link in the description box in case you guys are interested. Now, I'm not sure. I don't think she has this available. However, she has a drop down option where you can request whatever color you want, or if you saw, for example, this color and you want it, you can just request it, and she might be able to recreate it for you if she has the supplies. This is something that I purchased a little while ago, and I love doing dark sets, especially around this time of year. I don't know why. And when I do that, I like to do a lot of black, a lot of red, a lot of, spikes. I love spikes. So you're going to see that in this set, I did use spikes. And just let me know what your opinion on that is, because I know some people might say, well, you're overdoing it. It's art. Of course, I'm going to overdo it. I enjoy doing my nails, and one of the parts that I enjoy the most is bling. And there's a big difference of me doing this in a live and doing it as I'm recording a video. I took my time. It's been a long time since I've actually recorded videos, so I'm starting to get used to the flow of it. However, I have to say I really, really enjoyed it because I took my time. I didn't have to rush at anything. And I'm able to show you kind of little parts of how I do everything so that you can kind of get the idea. All right. So that's the point of me doing this video. I'm sorry that I'm talking your ear out. I'm just trying to explain everything, like I said, to the best of my abilities. I hope that you're enjoying this video. If you are, please don't forget to hit that like button. And if you like this type of content, subscribe and become part of my besties members. If you want as well, I have membership for $4.99. And again, that $4.99 will be taken out of your account every month. Now, I want to talk about this part of the video. I know I made a mistake, and this is the mistake that I made. I did not add enough acetone to the monomer, and I noticed that because when I was trying to form the flowers, for some reason, this acrylic, and I've tried this, I recently made a set on live, and the flowers were just perfect. Now, these ones were giving me a headache. Like, they were very runny, and I know I probably should have used maybe less monomer on the brush. I have to be honest with myself, and I have to be honest with you. So it was hard to do these flowers. However, if you find yourself like me in this, time and moment having an issue with the flowers, I am just keep trying, just keep practicing. You'll get it. It just takes practice, really, and that's what I know I have to continue practicing on my flowers, and so that's exactly what I'm doing. I hope that you enjoy this set. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. I know a lot of people might say don't be too hard on yourself, but it's a big difference because I remember using Dynamics acrylics to do flowers and they turned out so beautiful. I didn't have the problems that I have like I have in this particular time. As you can see, I placed that bead, left it alone. I grabbed another bead, I left it alone. I grabbed another bead, and those two were still supposed to be curing or setting. And it should have been easier for me to actually form those petals. However, I don't know why they were like runny, and every time I tried to form the petal, it will kind of go back to the original consistency or the original form. So it was a headache. But again, it's a learning curve with everything. I do hope that you guys, enjoy this video. I hope that I'm able to explain everything to the point where you can understand it. If you have any questions, please ask. I love having that interaction with you. These flowers right here, these petals, were the worst. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. You're gonna see it, and I had to even cut part of the footage. You saw me earlier playing with those petals on the top, and look at how runny that bead right there turned out to be. So it was a headache. Again, I think I have to go back and continue practicing my 3D flowers. I don't know if it has something to do with the consistency of this acrylic in particular, because I know for a fact that I did flowers with Dynamics acrylics and they did not look like this. So here is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know in the comments what you think about this set. Thank you so much for staying till the end. If you did, leave me a spider emoji because that's what this was inspired by. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And again, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys very much. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you. Mwah. Bye.